Creative Life, issue 40, 2024. The issue title is Inspiring Ideas, the Year of Living Well.
Hello from Anna. Hello and welcome to our 40th issue of Creative Life. We can't believe we've already released 40 issues since we started publishing back in 2010. You can look back on some of our special editions over the years and hear from our frequent contributors, as well as celebrate some 40th birthdays happening this year in our creative support community. We have some amazing stories for this issue, including Wilma in Bedford, who reunited with his sister after 20 years apart, and Lexi in Leeds, who talks us through having her own museum display at Leeds City Museum. As part of our year of living well, we spoke to some people about the healthy habits they're starting in 2024, and you can find a healthy recipe from Charlotte at the back of this magazine. We hope you enjoyed this issue of Creative Life, and here's to 40 more. Anna Luntz, Chief Executive.
A word from our contributors. Sonia. I'm feeling fantastic about being in the magazine and telling everyone my story. I hope it will help others. Amanda. I hope my views will help others. I would encourage them to have a go at gardening or cooking, as a packet of seeds doesn't cost much and anyone can learn. Lexi. Being in Creative Life is exciting because it's going to make even more people aware of my museum display. I hope it inspires people to visit Leeds City Museum, to check it out for themselves, and also to discover the wealth of other exciting exhibits. Wilma. I am very excited to see my story featured in this issue of Creative Life magazine. I hope other people will read it and find my story inspiring. We would love to hear what you think of this issue. If you'd like to get in touch, please email us communications@creativesupport.co.uk. Your good news stories. Let's take a look at some of the lovely things that are happening in our services all across the country. We love seeing what everyone gets up to, so if you have a good news story you'd like to share, send it to communications@creativesupport.co.uk and you could feature in the next Creative Life. Celebrity chef in Berkshire. Rufus in Berkshire was featured on ITV News. Rufus has cerebral palsy and can now take part in cooking classes thanks to specially made equipment provided by the charity Remap. Rufus said, I live in supported living, so being able to cook makes me able to do more. While you're obviously never able to eradicate the disability, the equipment is able to give me any opportunity other students get. Riding high in Bedford. Trevor from Bedford is a dedicated horse rider and was thrilled to receive his rosette and certificate for completing his latest round of sessions. This term he showcased his growing expertise by mastering the art of holding the reins and skillfully steering his companion Dixie, said Emily, acting registered manager. Trevor's commitment to listening during his lessons has improved his riding ability and also boosted his confidence. Well done. Happy new home in Leicester. Hi, I'm Stuart and I've just moved into my new place. I'm really starting to settle in now and the staff are wonderful. I'm feeling so much more relaxed and I am a lot happier with the right support, a great manager and landlord. I'm getting on well with a lot of the other tenants and I've made some new friends here too. My hobbies are arts and crafts, social media, fantasy football, TV and visiting family. Welcome, Stuart. Bowling buzz in the North East. The North East have set up their own bowling league. The group began as a way to build friendships, and many members had enjoyed bowling together in the past. Coming to the bowling group is amazing. I love meeting new people, said David. In the future, they hope to open the league and compete with other creator support teams. Their main message is that everyone is welcome. Cassie said, everyone is friendly and makes me feel comfortable. Ashley, David and Nicole got strikes. You'll all be pro bowlers in no time.
Hungry visitors in Stockport. Helen from Stockport been spotting foxes in our garden. Off her surface, the hungry visitors have been coming back after being fed. The tasty treats by Helen and staff Me and Claire watched the foxes at night time. Take lots of pictures, said Helen. 3 of them come back to our garden and they like to eat boiled eggs. How sweet.
Finding fitness in London. Frederick from London has lost 17 pounds since starting exercise classes. He's been trying healthy new meals, spending his time getting out and about in the community for some fresh air, and has been enjoying meeting new people in his classes. I've had nice salads and tried new things like yogurt, and I've been going out on trips, said Frederick. I'm doing well and I'm going to keep going.
Have you got an interesting story, some exciting news, or a photo of something that you're really proud of? We want to hear about it. We can share your story on our website, social media, or maybe even feature you in the next edition of Creative Life. Keep up to date with our good news stories by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Creative Support, which is spelt CRTVSPPRT.
I'm Lexi and I'm a service user from Leeds. My article is about a display that I've currently got up and running in Leeds City Museum. The display is about my lived experience of blindness. Listen to the article and then maybe go and check it out.
My story on display. Lexi in Leeds has her own display case at Leeds City Museum. After using her voice to make an accessible change to one of the museum's displays, Lexi was offered her own part in an exhibition to share her story about blindness and how there's not just limitations, but many possibilities. How did your display come about? Recently I set myself a goal to visit lots of museums, so I went to Leeds City Museum with a friend. We went to an exhibition called Overlooked, which was made by a group of volunteers all about people in history who have been discriminated against. There was one item about blind people, and it was a model of a bridge used in a planning meeting to show blind people how it would be part of the environment. However, they'd put it in a glass case, so I couldn't touch it. Characteristic of how I am, I wasn't going to stop going on about it. So the lady at the museum put me in touch with the person who led the group of volunteers called Jordan Keeley. He said he agreed with me and got it taken out of its case so I could have a proper look at it. That was the only item he had about blindness, so asked me if I wanted to do my own display. How did you create your display? I had a meeting with Jordan and recorded spoken histories about my chosen topics and talked about what I wanted to put in the case. I told him glass cases aren't much use to me, so he said I didn't have to put much in it and they could make my display more interactive. They made a bench which has the Braille alphabet and a message underneath that you can work out, and a game of dominoes you can play by touch. The bench will be permanent in the museum to use in more interactive displays in the future. There's also a white cane where people can have a go at walking around on the spot. I would love it if people could embrace and accept using a white cane. There's a lot of stigma, but I see them as a key rather than a barrier. In my spoken history, I talk about hating my cane when I was a child, then being able to use it and it becoming something positive. I think it's very liberating to have one. It gives me independence, it gives me a feel of what's in front of me, it gives me chances and opens doors. I customise mine with a hair bubble and a light, so it feels like a part of me and I can express myself. How do you feel about being part of the exhibition? It's quite strange, especially the way it came about, as the door opened when I became angry about something being inaccessible. It's a nice feeling, because I want to be heard and I want people to know what it's like to be me in the world, and hopefully help other people have a validating experience. I'm blind and autistic, and I have diagnosed anxiety, and these things make me different enough to want to tell my story. They were really flexible to change the glass case and to try something new, and they even had a group of blind people in afterwards to look at it. I've been very involved in the creative process. What do you hope people learn? The main point of my message is that it's not the end of the world to lose your sight. I've been blind all my life, but I find that people who lose their sight feel like it's the end of the world. My message is to show all the things you can do. You've started reading Braille, you can play dominoes. There's a lot of limitations and there's a lot of possibilities. It's about being shown what can be done and the idea that life carries on. If you want to visit Lexi's display, check out the Overlooked Legacies exhibition at Leeds City Museum. The exhibition is open until October 2024, and you can ask a visitor assistant upon arrival to direct you.
Spring forward, set goals. Rebecca Salisbury from Birmingham shares her top tips for setting achievable goals. Spring is a great time to think about new aspirations and set new goals. Setting new goals can typically start off positive, but as motivation can fade, it can seem like a chore, even making us feel guilty when our goals are not reached. The main reasons why motivation fades include setting goals that are too difficult or not choosing something meaningful. Here are a few tips that I have found useful when thinking about what I want to achieve. Trying new things. Instead of treating this as a challenge, view this as a great way to expand your horizons to many different opportunities you've always wanted to do. Why not write down a list of your top 10 hobbies and see which of these you can get more involved in? Keep in touch. Socialising in itself can be difficult, so if that seems too much to think about, how about focusing on your current friends and family? Be more involved with little daily activities that might help them, like watering their plants or taking time to make a telephone call to keep in touch. Being more active. Taking time for yourself should be a priority for both mental and physical reasons. Being more active is a positive step to help calm the mind, focus on well-being, and to keep fit. This could be as simple as a leisurely stroll through the local park a few times a week, taking pets out for more walks, or even enjoying a 30-minute swim session at your local pool. These are all steps in the right direction towards a better and healthier you, all helping to break up the usual mundane routine. And finally, help the environment. A final way to better ourselves this year is to help the environment. If we all do our own part, the united effect of everybody's actions will be huge. We can start to reduce our waste from all aspects of our lives, from not buying clothes that we don't really need, to reduce our wastage when we cook at home. We can recycle our packaging from once we've been grocery shopping and reuse newspapers or scrap paper for crafts. Whatever you decide to do, make it mean something special. Don't push yourself too far and think about what hobbies, interests and ideas can benefit you for the better. For me, I'm going to focus on myself and realise what my priorities are. I also want to take a look at my wastage and see how much I can protect the environment around me, include packaging and recycling. I wish you all the best for a great and productive rest of the year. By Rebecca Salisbury.
Just keep swimming. Linda in London started attending the disability swim club We Swim, which was featured on TV for winning a BBC Sports Award. Linda tells us all about what she enjoys about swimming and her top tips for getting in the water. The group teaches people how to swim, said Linda. I like swimming, it's super, I feel free. Linda joined her club in November and attends once a month. I wanted to go out more and improve my muscles. It makes me feel calm and good. It's been great. One of the club's volunteers, Megan Allen, won the Unsung Hero Award at the BBC Sports Awards in December. The club aims to increase the opportunities for people with disabilities to swim in London for just £2 a session. Lula, sessional activity worker, attends the sessions with Linda. We've invited some more people from the service to come, said Lula. We definitely want to get more people involved. When starting her sessions, Linda was a natural and she didn't find it hard at all. Linda was so calm in the water, it was really impressive, said Lula. She was very brave. For people just starting off on their swim journey, Linda gives her top tips for starting out. Just go for it, keep trying and don't give up, said Linda. When swimming, Linda says it's really important to keep calm, listen to the instructors and keep safe. Keep on swimming, Linda.
Hometown Heroes. Carrying the torch for Rossington. Adrian is going to tell us about his hometown, Rossington, and why it's so special to him. Rossington is in South Yorkshire, and it used to be a mining village. It's one of the largest villages in England, with a population of 13,557. I've always lived in Doncaster. I was born in Rossington in 1964 and I love living close by to my family so I can visit them easily. I like helping out at my local church and attending my community group at the town hall. My favourite places are the church and the shops. If someone was visiting my hometown, I will tell them to visit St. Michael's Church. I help out at the church and wear a gown during the Sunday service. The water feature near Syrup in Doncaster. It was used for horses to drink, and people say Dick Turpin has used it. The Memorial Hall. It has a model of a pit wheel outside, which is a giant wheel used in mining to lower miners into the pit shaft. One of my favourite memories in Doncaster is carrying the Olympic torch in 2012. I loved doing athletics, and I used to run after the trains at Doncaster Station. My brother put me forward, and I ended up being chosen to take part in the Special Olympics in 2012. I still have my torch and my medals. I also like going to events by the Miners' Welfare, which is a charity that puts on social events and sports. Other favourite memories include May Day celebrations, where there was a maypole and lots of dancing. I was also a litter picker at the summer festival.
Healthy habits, healthy inspiration. Charlotte in Warwickshire. Charlotte's excited to spend more time exercising and cooking healthy recipes in 2024. Trying new healthy recipes helps me find out what I like and don't like, and I've tried making new things like homemade pea and mint soup. I've also been using my air fryer I got for Christmas a couple of years ago. I've made salmon and rice and a delicious Sunday roast using it. I get my recipes online, which helps me to learn about different cuisines. My staff are from different backgrounds and cultures, so it's good to learn from them too. The ladies at our service taught us how to make jollof rice from West Africa, which is a mixture of rice, tomatoes and vegetables. I've also been going on a little walk every day, as I enjoy the fresh air and it's a bit of exercise. Nathan in Grimsby. Nathan has taken up boxing to keep fit. After enjoying a session at his local boxing gym, he has set himself a goal to attend 3 more. In the session, he had a go at punching bags, running between the 2 bags, step-ups and battle ropes. Despite the fact that he worked incredibly hard for 45 minutes, he persevered because he wanted to make it to a full hour. His coach, Rach, said she was impressed and that he is welcome to volunteer in her sessions. Not only does Nathan now box once a week, he also goes for walks around his local community. Nathan is keen to continue boxing and really enjoyed himself. Keep going, Nathan, you're amazing. It's our 40th issue. We're celebrating our 40th issue of Creative Life. We first started publishing in 2010, and over the years we've had so many wonderful stories and articles written by the people we support and our staff. Our first issue, hot off the press, featured our editorial team, made up of support workers, people we support, administrators and development officers from across the country. A regular feature was our Sandy Lane allotment, where the gardening group was set up in 2009. In 2018, the group were featured in the papers for winning the Queen's Award for Voluntary Service. Throughout the past 14 years, we've had many special editions to commemorate important milestones within creative support and in the world. Our 25th anniversary special in 2015 featured the first introduction from CEO Anna Luntz, before Hello from Anna became a regular feature in issue 30. From issue 38 onwards, we introduced a word from our contributors, where the people who feature have a space to introduce themselves and welcome you to the magazine. In 2020, we released our Black History Month special edition, following the Black Lives Matter protests, to highlight our incredible Black staff and the people we support, and educate people on Black mental health, history and more. The amazing front cover artwork was designed by Ash, who is a talented artist and digital illustrator who we support in London. In 2021, we celebrated 30 years of creative support, with a special edition showing our journey from 1990 to now. We also celebrated some of our long-standing staff members and shared stories from the people we support who've been part of our journey. Speaking of those who've been with us on our journey, John MacDonald, who we support in Manchester, has been featured in a whopping 13 issues since 2011. or make that 14. He's had 2 articles, 1 front cover, and been in 7 of our Manchester Pride spreads. I put Creative Life up on the wall when it comes out, said John. Being on the front cover of issue 31 made me feel like a celebrity. It's great to see my picture in the Pride articles. I used to go to Pride with my wife Donna. It's a cracking day. Last year, I was waving like the Queen from the bus. Every time there's a new issue, I look for myself in it. Thank you to everyone who's taken the time to write an article or be interviewed by our team to produce 40 wonderful issues of Creative Life magazine. Here's to another 40 more. You can read our past issues on our website, www.creativesupportco.uk/creative-life-magazine. Celebrating our 40th. It's not just us who are celebrating our 40th. Here are some of the people we support across the country who are blowing out 40 candles this year. Kirsty in Doncaster, 23rd of January. Kirsty had her birthday party at her local pub with all of her friends from nearby services. Kirsty loves music and likes singing along to her favourite tunes. She also enjoys wooden puzzles and relaxing in the bath. Who doesn't love a good pamper? Derek in Fleetwood, 25th of January. Since Derek loves taking photos and prefers experiences over gifts, he spent a day at the zoo where he enjoyed looking at the giraffes. On his birthday, he had a lovely time with his mum and ate Victoria sponge with custard, one of his favourites. That sounds delicious, Derek. We hope you enjoyed it. Andrew in London, 2nd of February. Andrew has the best smile and the kindest heart. He loves speaking to his mum over the phone and visits her once a month. For his birthday last year, he had a party in the conservatory and he loves sensory things like music and lights. Happy birthday. Carl in Manchester, 26th of February. Carl loves to garden and for his birthday this year he will enjoy some cake with his housemates and staff. I usually celebrate my birthday with my housemate Andrew, who is a few years younger than me. We like to hang out together and chat, said Carl. Happy 40th, Carl, and happy birthday, Andrew.
Engagement workshop. Ever wondered what it is like to write and design Creative Life magazine? 7 people we support and 7 staff members from our services in Stockport, Manchester, Tameside, Warrington and the North East travel to head office to discover what it takes to produce Creative Life by taking part in the first ever engagement workshop. The engagement workshop was a great opportunity to find out what the marketing and communication teams do and learn more about storytelling and graphic design. Starting with a warm welcome and introductions from the team, everyone enjoyed a buffet lunch and getting to know one another before it was time to take part in the different workshops. We had 4 different activities centred around what the marketing and communication teams do. In the boardroom, we had a feedback table where people could share ideas and suggestions for future marketing campaigns and publications, and an art table for everyone to get creative. Everyone who took part in the first engagement workshop is an official co-editor of this issue of Creative Life. They shared brilliant ideas for magazine articles, including a Pets Corner page, which you'll find on page 18. Our co-editors wrote some fantastic good news stories to include in this issue. Jamie in Stockport wrote about attending a football game with his support staff. The food was great and the football was greater. We beat them 5-0 and I was winding them up. Blue Army. Wrexham get battered everywhere they go. Stockport County is my life and I wouldn't have it any other way. Jenny in Warrington wrote about some of her favourite concerts that she's been to. I went to a Blue concert and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice and I had fun and my sisters too enjoyed it too and even bought me back a t-shirt. It had writing on the back and with their logo on it and it was a black colour too. SM in Manchester wrote about the importance of self-love. Self-love is the most important love and the greatest love of all. When you stop trying to impress the wrong people and trying to fit in, not being yourself, you have a huge weight lifted off your shoulder. People could also have a go at designing their own magazine spread on the computer. The marketing team was on hand to give advice about how magazine pages are designed. Helen designed a spooky Halloween-themed double-page spread, while Jenny created 2 pages about JLS and S Club 5. Once the workshops were wrapped up, everyone gathered back in the boardroom to talk about some of the successes of the day. Everyone received their own personalised certificate, including Most Engaged Person, Best Feedback, Best Storyteller and Best Artwork. Congrats to each and every person who came along to our workshop. You are fantastic to work with, and we really value all of your incredible ideas and input for our future campaigns. I thought it was a really good day. I've really enjoyed it and I've learnt a lot, said Sven, who came from the northeast. The South Manchester ladies had a great day, and I personally had a lovely time meeting everyone and facilitating some on-the-spot creativity, said staff member Lauren. Get my name down for the next one. We are looking forward to hosting more engagement workshops in the future. Keep an eye on our website and social media for further announcements.
The hidden light within the darkness. Katie Taylor from Tyneside has recently started an English literature and creative writing course at Northumbria University. Katie talks about ways she manages her mental health while studying and what the course means to her. Mental health can sometimes take a toll on us all. It can be very difficult to achieve our goals, but over time we can learn to adapt and live with our conditions. In September of 2022, I applied for a position at Northumbria University where I would take on an English literature and creative writing course. This has been my passion for a very long time. I've always enjoyed writing and learning about different writers throughout time. I not only have mental health conditions, but I also have learning difficulties. However, this wouldn't hinder my performance, as during my time with exams and assignments, I utilise the support I am given by Creative Support and Northumbria University. This ranges from one-to-one support and specialised equipment to achieve a goal that I can accomplish. Although it's taken me 8 years to get to where I wish to be, I believe that with time anyone can achieve their goals. Although with mental health complications it can be very difficult to manage time and work, taking things at a reasonable pace will always help you in the long run. Even waking up and getting dressed at the start of a day is a step in the right direction. Over my year in university, I found that Northumbria University is a place where anyone can achieve their goals and aspirations. They've been very accommodating towards my mental health and have supported me. To help manage my stress levels, I often attend an appointment at Driftwood Spa, which is a flotation tank used to help holistically. Sonia's anxiety tips. My name is Sonia. I live in a supported living house in Doncaster. I'm going to tell you a bit about my anxiety and ways I overcome it. Sometimes I struggle with certain triggers that can make me anxious. One of my triggers is feeling left out, and I used to feel this way when the other tenants would go on holidays with staff. I had a chat with one of my support workers about what I wanted and got started planning a trip. Me and Karen went away to Blackpool for 2 nights and I had a brilliant time. It helped me to feel like I was the same as everyone else. Here are some other things I do when I'm feeling anxious. I go into my bedroom with a cup of coffee, read a book, and put my iPad on to feel calm. I made a memorial garden that I help to look after and say my worries out loud so I don't bottle them up, as it's good to talk. I have a book where I write down my thoughts and feelings. I approach support staff if I ever want to talk. I enjoy watching videos about exercise and yoga and participate where I can. I practice breathing exercises. I do a weekly walk and talk. Most of all, I feel a lot better now. It's all about taking little steps. It's all you can do. In 18 months, Sonia has really worked hard to overcome her anxiety and take her time with things. She's already planned next year's holiday. We're so proud of you, Sonia, said Karen, her support worker. Pets Corner. Welcome to Pets Corner. Pets can lift our mood and give us company, and we want to celebrate all the adorable pets that make us smile every day. We hope you enjoy reading about these furry friends. Here's Claire from Manchester, speaking about Sonic the hamster.
Sonic is my hamster. I've had him for over a year. I used to have 3 hamsters that sadly passed a couple of years ago, so I decided last year to get another one. He is my favourite hamster. I've had in ear out when I open the be my favourite animal, but now it's hamsters. And I feel good to have a pet because I have responsibilities to feed him and clean his cage. I always clean it. I say hello to him when I come in and I like talking to him. He's a good hamster. He really chills out. He sometimes runs in his wheel. Then I tried to sleep, but it's worth it thrill as he makes me dead happy. One time I didn't realise he was out of his cage and he started nibbling away on my packet of crisps. He makes me laugh so much.
Here's Adam from Calderdale, speaking about his sister's dogs, Harry and Nonny.
My sister has got a dog. I see them on weekends. One of my sister has got a dog called Harris. And my other sister has got a dog called Inoni. They are both rescue dogs and they live close by to me. I like going on walks with them and playing fetch. They wag their tails. I lots they when they see me. It makes me feel good to spend time with them.
Want to feature in Pets Corner? If you don't have a pet, don't worry. You can always tell us about a friend or a family member's. Send us your photos to communications@creativesupport.co.uk.
Amanda in Rochdale has been gardening since she was 16, and now she's an expert. Read on to see the impact gardening has had on her happiness and her top tips to grow your own.
As a child, Amanda spent lots of time outside with her mum, and when she left school, she bought her own plot on an allotment.
Gardening is a hobby that has been passed down through my family. I just love being outside.
Now Amanda lives with her husband and has her own greenhouse.
My husband helps me in the garden, even if it's not his passion. We did the Creative Support Summer competition and it grew to about 5 feet tall. The hardest things to grow are cauliflower and sprouts, but these are also some of my favourite things to grow too. I'm proud of my cauliflowers, although it's hard work, it's worth it.
Recently, Amanda's used her homegrown veg as ingredients in cauliflower cheese, pasta dishes, casseroles and shepherd's pie. In the winter, Amanda blanches her produce before freezing, so they keep their flavour and texture.
We boil the veg, we let it cool down a little before putting them in the freezer in a bag. When it comes to use them, they taste fresh. If you've got a small outdoor space, you can grow just about anything. I'd recommend planting seeds indoors first, then moving them outside when they begin to shoot.
Amanda is keen that people can pursue gardening as a hobby, even if the results don't show straight away.
A packet of seeds is really cheap, and gardening helps to turn negative thoughts into positive ones. Just plant a lot of seeds in the hope some will pop up. Don't be disheartened, just get a big bag of soil and keep doing and keep going.
Long lost family.
Wilma in Bedford was reunited with his sister after having no contact with her for nearly 20 years.
Wilma tells us how about finding the missing piece of his life and how important his family is to him.
Wilma's sister was adopted around 20 years ago and he hadn't had any contact with her since then. Wilma always thought about his sister and he would talk about her every day. I told Stuff all about her, said Wilma. The only picture I had of her is when she was adopted at around 6 years old. I was 12 or 13 at the time.
Registered manager Sarah knew how much reuniting with his sister would mean to Wilma and sent letters to the adoption agency to try and get in touch. From the time he moved in here 12 years ago, he would always talk about his sister, said Sarah. We got in touch with the Bedford adoption team many years ago, but they could not release information about Kelly until she was 18. However, her family let us know that Kelly was not ready to meet yet, and you had to respect that. It's a big thing to do.
Finally, after years of waiting, Kelly's family wrote back to tell Wilma she would like to meet. Sarah came into the office and told me that I was going to see my sister this year. I was shocked at first. I didn't realise which sister she meant. I was gobsmacked, said Wilma. We spoke on FaceTime first, so it wasn't too overwhelming. She was very shy and nervous. She told us over FaceTime that she would like to go to Nando's, and I told her I love it there. It's my favourite restaurant. I thought we are definitely related.
Wilma and Kelly met up in Nando's, along with Kelly's family and support worker Susanna. This was the best day of my life, said Wilma. I told her what I've been doing and what I'm doing now, and she told me all about what she likes to do. We both have a food obsession which runs in my family.
After their first meeting, the pair exchanged WhatsApp numbers and the rest is history. Wilma and Kelly speak to one another daily and meet up again in a few weeks after to exchange Christmas presents. Staff worked really hard with the adoption team to connect me with her, said Wilma. I have been wondering what happened to her and I didn't want to show I was sad, but it was weighing heavily on me. This weight I have been carrying was lifted as this was a missing piece in my life.
Wilma and Kelly are both looking forward to what the future brings and hope to reunite with their other siblings. Wilma has another brother who moved to Scotland some years ago and they eventually lost touch, said Sarah. I managed to get through to him recently, so we're hoping to arrange a meet up. Next, we want to get into contact with his other sister, who he never met as she was born after he moved away from home. Our ultimate goal is to get all the siblings to meet up together.
Charlotte's recipe. Pea and mint soup. Serves 4 people. Ingredients. 1 onion, peeled and finely chopped. 2 celery sticks, finely chopped. 2 garlic cloves, peeled and finely chopped. 600 grams of frozen peas. 1 litre of vegetable stock. 6 tablespoons very finely chopped fresh mint. Fat-free natural yogurt to serve. Freshly ground black pepper. Method. Place the onion, celery, garlic, peas and stock in a non-stick saucepan over a medium heat and bring to the boil. Reduce the heat to medium and cook for 20 minutes. Using a stick blender or food processor, blend the soup with the chopped mint until smooth. Remove from the heat and serve immediately, drizzled with the yogurt and a sprinkling of black pepper. If you have a recipe that you love to cook and want to share it in the magazine, send it to communications@creatorsupport.co.uk to be in with a chance of winning a voucher. I've made it a few times now. Every time it's been very warm and delicious, said Charlotte. Tell us your views on Creative Life magazine. We're looking for people to join the Creative Life Committee. The committee will meet 3 to 4 times a year online and in person to chat about the upcoming issue of Creative Life and share feedback on previous issues of the magazine. It's an opportunity for the people we support and our staff to let us know what they would like to see in Creative Life, as well as learn more about how the magazine is created. Photos of our committee members will be featured in future issues of Creative Life, and they'll also receive a We Care hoodie for taking part. If you would like to join the committee, please email us at communications@creativesupport.co.uk. Thank you for listening to this audio version of Creative Life. If you want to send us any feedback, you can email us at communications@creativesupport.co.uk. You can ring head office at 0161 236 0829. You can send us some post. Creative Support Head Office, Wellington House, 131 Wellington Road South, Stockport, SK1 3TS. And you can visit our website at www.creativesupport.co.uk. We hope you enjoyed this audio edition, and there'll be more to come in future issues. Thanks for listening!